So if you're not able to find go-to-market fit, what does it feel like? Well, sales bumps along. And if you spend more money on sales and marketing, it doesn't really change much. And that's really scary. Closing deals requires founder selling. So one of the things about go-to-market fit is founders often can't figure out go-to-market fit. You need like a normal, mortal sales and marketing rep to actually help you find go-to-market fit. Because guess what, founders? You get this little magic founder pixie dust you can sprinkle into deals that changes things. You need to test it on somebody that doesn't have the little envelope of founder pixie dust in their pocket. Every deal feels different. That one, that one, that one, that one. They're kind of 50% the same, 50% different. And if you hire a new sales rep, they struggle to learn and be successful. These are all signals that you haven't found it yet. So the obvious flip of this is, okay, Bob, what does it feel like when you do have go-to-market fit? It feels like this. It feels like momentum. And it is one of the most fun things in building a startup, is when you start to feel that momentum. It's kind of why we do what we do, and it is a blast. All of a sudden, your leads and pipelines grow, deals start to close predictability, you invest more in sales and marketing, you get more out, which, by the way, investors care deeply about. New sales reps come on board, they know what to do, and the rest of the company knows what to do. You found go-to-market fit. So I want to share a couple go-to-market fit moments from other entrepreneurs that we talked to. So Teen Zoe from Zuora, they just went public actually a couple weeks ago. Interestingly, Teen and I were part of a little first-time CEO club back in 2008, where me, him, and two other guys got together and we used to ask each other stupid questions. So we've been on this journey together a long time. And Teen's go-to-market fit moment where they felt things change was at an executive offsite up at Cavallo Point, north of San Francisco and Marin. They sell subscription software or subscription billing software to companies. And in the early days, it was a very evangelical sale, trying to convince customers why they even needed subscription billing software. They had an executive offsite where the director of sales engineering put a bunch of logos up on the screen. And these were always sort of historically sort of the logos that we're talking to and evangelizing to. I think the guy's name was Matt. Basically said, these customers are all going to be making decisions in the next 6 months, and it's either going to be us or somebody else. You can see the team sort of go, what? Wait a minute. Like, we're no longer in sort of this evangelical sales mode. We've actually started to find a repeatable process where customers are actually now getting ready to make decisions. The game's changed. At Box, I was talking to Aaron. We were sitting outside by the Fox Theater in Redwood City about sort of this time in Box's life. And they were at about $5 million of ARR. And they were following sort of the bowling lane strategy where you pick a vertical, find the lead pin, and sort of then go from there. But they were kind of struggling because they had big customers in financial services, they had big customers in professional services, healthcare, pharma. They hadn't sort of found the one lane that was really singing. But then when they pulled apart their customers and looked for the patterns about why they bought, who bought, what's the problem they were trying to solve, how'd they make the decision, they realized, holy crap, regardless of vertical, every customer is using us to solve the same problem. They had actually found a hidden horizontal playbook. They were just looking at it the wrong way. Growth took off. And for me, it was that point in the graph where I showed you earlier, where in the summer of 2010, we started to feel things crank. And my head of sales, John Donnelly, came into my office and basically said to this effect, said, hey, Bob, I am willing to significantly take up my quota if you will let me hire a lot more people because I can't get to all the deals I see. Oh, awesome. Love to have that conversation. May all of you have your head of sales come in and have that conversation with you someday. That was the moment that it changed for us. And I will tell you that for every company, when they find this and start to feel the momentum, if you haven't found it yet, when you do, you will remember it. it will be like seared into your brain as one of those special moments in building a company. And when you find go-to-market fit, growth unlocks, everything changes. Everything changes for you and your team. This is the point where you shift from survival, which is how do I not die, to thrival, which is how do you win. It's a huge honor to get to this point. You should celebrate it, be proud. It's a blast. It's super fun. It's why we all do this. But get ready, because everything's changing. That finding go-to-market fit and thrival profoundly changes everything in the company and for the people, you and your teams. And all of a sudden, your mindset shifts from don't die to how do we win. You go from this mode of careful execution of pinching every penny to all of a sudden like calculated recklessness where you're doing stuff a little haphazardly to become a category leader. You feel a big culture change because you have this product-led culture that you're really proud about, and now you have to balance it with the go-to-market-led culture. And guess what? That's hard on the people that have been around for a while. All of a sudden, you're going from, we just got to win some deals to, how do we drive growth, improve our unit economics? People didn't really know about you. You didn't care that much. Now, all of a sudden, you're obsessing about awareness. Anything that talks about your category, you're like, it's got to be us on top. And you go from this mode where the founders and the CEO literally interview every candidate, and your team needs to be bleeding from the eyeballs before you give them another rec, to all of a sudden, hire, go. And you evaluate your leaders based on their ability to meet their hiring targets. Like, the left and the right are very different. Everything changes. And this has a profound impact on the people themselves, because as the company's changing, your roles and all your team's roles change, even though your title doesn't change. So as a result, the people need to change themselves, which is hard. Or the unfortunate side effect of that is you have to change the people. And this happens all the time. And I think this gets to sort of the second bug in Silicon Valley, which is that I think we do a relatively poor job helping leadership teams understand how their jobs change and prepare them for it. So as a result, people sort of boil like a frog in a pot, then all of a sudden wake up and be like, you're not the person anymore. So why does this happen? And I think it's because that as everybody's roles change, they need to change themselves, that what's happening is the very things that help people be successful getting from A to B become the very things that hold you back or kill them going from B to C. This applies to the company, the go-to-market team, and the people. And it's a painful challenge